1, no surprise here, Value Turbo. You can argue this or Hero Frog is the most consistent deck in the format, and the deck just has a huge sack factor. Like, everyone's seen it. Everyone's seen a bad value player play. They rip Dark Arm, they rip Return, they rip Burial, and just completely swings the game out of control.
I mean, who would have guessed, right? Hello everyone, this is the real A-Town, aka RGB Fox. This is going to be a bit of a different video that I usually make, where I usually just I make a variety of format related Yu-Gi-Oh content. When I first started, I dropped Master Duel, just one Master Duel video, and then after that I did a lot of Genshin, right? So I mixed my shit basically. Then I stopped doing that and then went right back into Yu-Gi-Oh about a year or so later, just because I decided to play the game again, and I was like, oh yeah, I like this game too much. But I'm not no one special, right? My most notable credential is a regional win, and that is like nothing in comparison to what people I know have, right? So here I'm just going to do a discussion video specifically for Edison, and that is, why do we keep seeing tier lists for Edison? Well, that was the premise of the original video, right? Which was like, why are we still making tier lists for Edison? And I had this video on the back burner for about a week, without like a real plan as to like, how can I expand further? But I was just yapping. But now we got an incredible, update from Konami, and that is, the change with with Time Wizard formats, specifically, 2005 Edison, Go Edison and Hat, right? And the biggest and the most impactful change of all time is the fact that now we are playing with the updated rulings that we have here in Modern, with the updated text that we have here in Modern, and the updated, the overall like understanding of like game mechanics, right? Like, drawing 5 for the start of your turn, no more priority, stuff like that, right? Go Your Guardian is in Earth now, legitimately, right? Brio, for instance, is a hard once per turn, and without priority, it means that you can't bounce immediately. It means that you can't get immediately sacked by JD / Dark Arm. It means that if I tribute a Sangan for Caius, I can now do Chainlink 1 Caius, Chainlink 2 Sangan, which is not all too relevant, but it can hurt for sure, right? Because it just means that your fundamental way of understanding Edison is just not going to work in the same way that it currently works for that actual format, right? It means that cards like Treeborn is a hard once per turn, right? At least I believe it is, but Lord knows what all can happen, right? Swap Frog can only bounce once per turn, right? Substitute doesn't get to just summon and tribute. GBs, right? You can't summon a Tiger and then immediately tribute to shuffle back and special summon the GB from deck. I mean, this impacts more than just simple rulings and interactions here and there. It impacts everything that we understand in Yu-Gi-Oh! For the Time Wizard formats respective to their time frame. And a lot of players are mad, right? I can show you loads and loads of posts from the Time Wizard Format Hub Facebook group, and they are livid. Jeff Jones even posted on Twitter saying, rip Edison format, right? So there's a lot of outrage. For me though, what I like is that we finally can move away from Edison, right? don't get me wrong. I'll play Edison and I'll participate in it here and there, but like the format is not my favorite whatsoever. And now this brings up the discussion: what decks actually are going to be good moving forward, or better than what they previously were. We see a huge hit in GBs, a huge hit in frogs. In Vayu, you cannot summon a Greffer and immediately pitch to dump 2 darks, whether it be Sirocco and Vayu, Sirocco and Necro, and more, right? It makes cards like Armageddonite a bit stronger. It means that Bottomless Trap Hole is super impactful now. It means Compulse and Book of Moon are actually incredible. And so, Vayu takes a big hit. Plants, right? If you decide to play Gigavice, your Lone Fire Blossom can get Raigeki Break is so good right now, actually, because if you summon your Lone Fire, they can immediately Raigeki Break the card, and you don't get the summon, right? So Brain Control, right? I think Brain Control as well. You can only now target one face-up monster your opponent controls that can be normal summon in their set, which means you can't take a Dark Guard and swing for game. You can't take a Synchro monster. You can't take what's it called? An Amaryllis. No, wait, Amaryllis you can normal summon it. I'm thinking of other cards, right? But like, Chimera Tech, Gizaris, the cards like of that nature. It makes a lot of these cards so much worse, and a lot of decks are taking a hit because of it. Decks that are still going to be really good, something like Blackwing, something like Hero Beat, Quick Draw, right? With Quick Draw Synchro now discards as cost instead of just revealing in a hand, right? I think Future Fusion also sees a errata. Let's see, it says during your first standby phase after this card's activation, show 1 fusion monster. So that means that when you activate Future Fusion, you can only foolish the materials after the first standby phase of your turn's activation, right? Or at least during your following standby phase, right? So like Dragon Turbo gets a massive hit. And this isn't just Edison, right? This expands to every other format, whether it be Redo, right? Because in in Redo, like you already don't play with Prio, but you also have to understand that the 6th card matters a good amount of time, and so some decks become a little bit more consistent, or less consistent rather. It's more than likely that you want to play cards like not cards, but decks like Infernity maybe, right? Because the one less draw actually prevents you from seeing too many monsters in hand sometimes. So yeah, it is a big change, right? I can honestly say that this was something that I would have never imagined in my experience as a Time Wizard player here and there. But now, this is going to be permanent, right? I will say this though. If you are wanting to appeal this, you need to get active in the community, right? You need to email the Konami support team. You have to take the surveys when you're actually at the YCS, right? People say that change can only be made with active voices, and a lot of you guys don't actually take the time to express your hatred amongst just the public, right? Express them to Konami. If you don't like this change, properly report it to them and be civil about it, right? Don't be rude, but at the end of the day, they will pay attention, right? Just like how the WWE paid attention to R-Truth returning. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. So for me, criticizing people for making Edison tier list, despite years of knowing what the best deck is, Value Turbo. Now you guys have a reason. Now, my final thoughts on this is this isn't going to kill Edison as much as I would love that, because I want a different format for UTW, although I don't remember whether they said they were going to cut UTWs or not. But what I will say is that now here in this day, what we're going to see is a shift of Time Wizard players going from actual events like Nats, YCSs, and probably attending more RBETs, which sucks because I don't like giving Keegan the benefit of putting himself out there, only because he always finds some way somehow to provide the shittiest venues with the most awkward tournament structure and organization, right? But hey, I guess if he wasn't there, then you guys wouldn't have RBTs anyways, right? So I guess I'll shut up and that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and loved my insight. And if you didn't, that's tough. I cannot make you like me. All right. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.